Why do we force? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
You still haven't given up on me.
Never.
It is Sunday, November 18th, birthday of Mama Mocko. It's a little sunny out here, definitely keeping the shades on. Coming at you from Mesa, Arizona at the Biltmore Hotel, a Waldorf Astoria property. At the very last minute, I was able to enter the Pass Mountain 50K here in Arizona. Had originally intended to run the North Face. That was canceled because of the fires. I could not even imagine what it's like to have to be evacuated from your homes, not knowing when you get back whether your home is still going to be there. My thoughts and prayers go out to everyone who has been impacted. Messaged Jamil, race director, was able to get me in at the last minute. A lot of other good runners had the same idea, so it ended up being a much more stacked field. Charlie Ware, who was 8th place at Western States, Stephen First, who is a 104 half marathoner, and a local guy, Catlo Shippick, an absolute crusher on the hills. Pretty deep field for a very low-key local race.
There's something about your love. Can feel it all. There's something about your love. Can feel it all. There's something about your love.
Okay. All right, see you at the finish.
I love you.
We went out like banshees, like bandits. Went out like bandits. Banshees probably don't move that quickly. I was running low 6-minute pace, which is pretty fast on the desert trails that we were on. There's a lot of sand, there's a lot of undulation and windy stuff. Not the fastest possible terrain, but also not a lot of elevation gain, so people were moving quickly. Steven, the really fast half marathoner, took it out hard. Had a 3-minute lead by the 9-mile mark. I found myself in 3rd place, flirting with 4th place for much of the first lap. It was a 2-lap course, 25K laps, which I believe is how 50 divides into 2. The first 9 miles of the loop, wide desert trails. The last 6 miles featured a 3.5 to 4 mile climb up some pretty rocky terrain. Not the most runnable stuff in the world. Then had to descend down for the final 4 miles of the loop, going in and out of ridge lines, dealing with some rocks, but also dealing with other runners.
Nice job, U-turn. Good job, Mocko. Go get him. Couple minutes.
This is ever runnable?
You got a nice downhill stretch coming up here.
Pretty technical descent. I expected to be making a lot of time up during that portion of the race. Was not able to. Came through the first half right around the course record for that 25K loop.
About 3 minutes behind, buddy. Go.
3, almost 4 minutes back from the leaders, so they were cooking. It was clear that it was going to be a fast day. Started the second loop feeling really fresh. I really wanted to use this race as a momentum builder. If you're dying the second half of a race, it's really hard to get that momentum. Saved a little bit for loop 2, but realized very quickly that I wasn't going to be making any time on those climbs and descents. I was going 6:10s the first loop. I dropped it just under 6-minute pace. Suddenly on the horizon, I saw 2nd place, Charlie Ware. Caught him, knew that he was gonna crush the final climb, so had to move pretty quickly on the flat sections. Then got to the final checkpoint where I'd see my family.
Way to go, buddy. 2nd place.
6 miles from the finish line, and my mom tells me that the leader is 3.5 minutes up on me. Got a little discouraged. We would later find out she did her math wrong. It was only 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes would have been manageable. 3.5 did not seem possible. Really attacked the final climb. Got to the top of the climb, started my descent down, and just about 2.5 miles to go, there was the most wonderful photographer in the world who tells me, hey, the leader, he's 1 minute up. You can get him.
Yeah. Got a minute to first. Go get it.
Oh, jeez.
Nice job, dude.
A little better than Javelina.
Hell yeah.
I drop the shades, get into high gear mode. It's a 2.5 mile screamer of a descent from that point, and just hammered to the finish. Within a mile, I had caught up to him, and I knew Steven was such a good runner that 1, I didn't want to leave it to a kick, and 2, if I hesitated at all, he'd go with me. Just had to absolutely slam on the gas. Ooh, I just spat on the lens. Let's fix that. How about that? Okay, perfect. Made my final push, got to a 1/4 mile to go, enjoyed the last minute of running, and as I want to do, limboed under the finish line. Unfortunately, there was no finish line banner. Fortunately for you viewers, my father was at the finish line with this camera taking footage. Here is some awesome footage of that dash to the line. Unfortunately, I would find out hours later that he actually didn't get the finish line footage. That's okay, Dad. Not everyone's gonna be a champ on their first effort. Lesson learned is, in the words of Alec Baldwin, ABF, always be filming.
A, B, C. A, always B, B, C, closing.
Filming.
Always be closing.
Filming.
Always be closing.
Filming. Fortunately for us, we have some gracious fans of the Mocko Show who took some footage
Oh, have I got your attention now?
reenacting what this finish line may have looked like.
Good.
Let's roll that B-roll.
Coming in for the win of the marathon, it's Chris Mocko. Whoop. You win. Say go see money. Yay.
I'm 24 hours removed from the race. Obviously amazing to win. More importantly, put in a really solid effort and feel good for the first time in a while. The week leading up to the race just felt so much better than I had mentally and physically than the weeks prior. And if there's one takeaway from this effort, it's yes, our sport is a cruel mistress.
You are shit. Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it, because you are going out.
Not every race is going to go perfectly, but you can't get demoralized when one effort doesn't go the way you expect. There's always a better effort on the horizon, and you just have to be patient, try to stay positive, find good playlists to keep you pumped. I've been crushing some Drake and Carly Rae Jepsen, and stay happy, keep smiling, and you'll find that mojo again. One of the biggest things missing for me in the build-up to Javelina was finding the fire, and I think in the last week I finally found it. Oh, there it is. I hope this is something I can maintain for the weeks to come. Honestly, this is the best effort that I've had in 15 months. It feels really good. I hope this is the start of greater things to come in 2019. You've seen a lot of struggling in the last year. I'm hoping this is where we turn the corner and get to some really good racing again. A little bit of hand injury, a little bit of ankle swellness. We're doing great here. Oh, you're fine. You're great. So after the race yesterday, Mama and Papa Mocko came along with me to check into this lovely hotel, and thanks to some Hilton points was able to get a real swanky room here in the Akatia section of the property, which included a 4-hour all-you-can-drink happy hour. Happy hours with free drinks should not be 4 hours long. Mama Mocko had a couple glasses of wine. Papa and Christopher had a couple Coronas, extra limes.
Smile. Life's a beach. Dem, how you doing? Is she done?
One touchdown, then throwing for another.
It's been a really special weekend. Winning was a nice cherry on top. We've got 2 weeks until Cape Town. We are excited, we are focused, we're feeling fit, and might just surprise ourselves. More to come in the days ahead. Peace out, guys.